guys, it's Paul with rcFoamFighters. Welcome back for part 2 of the FF-64 Recon project. Basically in this video we're going to get into where I'm at in the construction of this plane. Then after that I've got a few announcements to make, so hopefully you guys stick around for that. But basically let's get into the airplane build and see how it's going. Okay guys, first thing we're going to look at the FF-64 Recon's power system. For the power system I selected the Turnigy 35-1100 motor. It's 1100 kV motor. It can spin a fairly good sized prop. Right now I have a 10.5 APC prop on there. For the ESC I'm going to be mounting the Turnigy Plush 60 amp ESC, and for the battery I'm going to be using 2650 milliamp batteries, Turnigy batteries. They're rated at 30C with 40C burst. Okay, back to the motor real quick. I did do a watt and amp test real quick here with this setup, and it's pulling roughly a little over 40 amps and putting out about 650 watts, and I think it was good for close to about 4 pounds of thrust, so that should work out to about 1-to-1 power to weight ratio, because I am estimating the plane to weigh about 4 pounds when it's finished. Okay, taking a closer look up at the front, since last video I actually installed the servo for the steerable landing gear, front landing gear. So that'll be up front, and again the camera will be placed up front like I showed in the last video. Let's see if I can get the little tape I got here. Okay, open it up. So again it's going to be carrying the Contour HD 1080p camera up in the front of the nose. I probably won't do that on the initial flight, so I'll get a test flowing first. I'll put the same weight of the camera up front so we can get a test flow and make sure everything's good. And then after that I'll start doing some onboard videos. Okay, one other thing I'm going to be adding onto the plane is this is a carbon fiber arrow shaft, actually from a real arrow. My friend Tim gave me the idea, so thanks to Tim for the idea. Basically I'm just going to put this in here to make the fuselage a little more rigid, and I'm going to leave it protruding out the front of the nose, hopefully to help protect the camera. If for some reason I do go into a nosedive, hopefully it'll hit the extended part of the carbon fiber arrow shaft before it hits the camera, and hopefully disperse some of the energy. But that carbon fiber arrow shaft, it'll run all the way down side of the fuselage. It'll be embedded inside, and then the tape will cover over it, and that should add a lot of rigidity to the fuselage. But again, this was a good idea, and it's a cheap way. If you don't have carbon fiber readily available, you can usually go to Walmart or some of these other stores and pick up arrow shafts that are made out of carbon fiber, and they're pretty stiff, and sometimes you can find them on clearance like I did. This one was only like $3. So again, that's one of the mods I'll be adding in the future here on the plane. Okay, here's a real quick look at the landing gear that I'm going to be using with the plane. I purchased these off of HobbyKing's website. They're pretty tall, so it should get the plane up off the ground. Definitely high enough to clear the 10-inch prop. Okay guys, here's a quick glimpse at the front landing gear of the plane. As you can see, it extends pretty far down. This will elevate the plane high enough so the 10-inch prop will have plenty of clearance. And I did add a little wood plate right here on the bottom of the plane with just a small enough hole for the front landing gear to protrude through. My thoughts on that is maybe if it comes in a little rough, it'll hit and rub up against the wood instead of putting all the pressure up on where it connects into the servo base up there. So hopefully that'll make it a little more sturdy. On the back, I've got the other landing gear back here. I've got to create some little pods to attach the landing gear. As you can see, it's going to be elevated high enough in the back here too. Those will be attached on to some EPP pods and probably embedded in the side of this side member of the plane here. Okay guys, one other thing I forgot to mention, the landing gear, including the front, they do have spring suspension in there. So hopefully that will relieve some of the pressure if I do come in for a hard landing. As you can see, the back has the same spring suspension also. Okay guys, here's a quick look at the main wing. It does have a 64-inch wingspan, and it features a KFM2 airfoil. The main wing base piece is made out of 15mm EPP foam, and I did attach the KF airfoils on top. This is just 6mm Depron. I did put some adhesive below it and also used some strapping tape to make sure it adheres to the wing good. I'm not totally happy with the way the front of the airfoil came out. There's a little bit of a bump there. I probably could have done a better job, but I'm just going to tape it up basically and see how it works. The back step is 6mm high, the exact depth of the Depron that I've applied to the top. So I'm hoping this KFM2 airfoil will help create lift and also make the plane more stable in flight. Okay, I still have to attach the ailerons. They're basically going to extend from here over to this side, and they're going to come off the back, I don't know, roughly about an inch to inch and a half. off the back. They'll be fairly sizable. Should help it turn nice and easy. Okay guys, here's just a quick look at the FF-64 Recon with the wing just laid across the top here. Basically I've got the basic locations of where the ESC is going to go. I'm going to embed it somewhere on the top of the wing. And the battery will probably be one of the last things I put in. After I get all the servos and the vertical stabilizers attached and the plane mostly taped up, I'll place the battery in a position that gives me the correct CG. Then after I find that, then I can basically use a hot wire tool and carve out a hole for the battery to fit in vertically like this. So basically it'll be sunken into the fuselage once I find the proper CG location for it. Okay guys, here's just a quick mock-up of the way the plane will look when it's completed. As you can notice, I still have to add the rudders to the back of the vertical stabilizers. And the plane will be fully taped up and colored. And I'll probably be putting the icon on that Dick Klein provided me, that he created for the FF-64 Recon. So I'm hoping within the next week or two I should have this plane done, or at least done enough to do a maiden flight. Okay guys, that'll pretty much finish up the video portion on the FF-64 Recon. Thanks for joining me for this week's construction video on it. Look forward to, in the coming weeks, that I'll be finishing up the plane and hopefully getting it out to Herman Airport to do some maiden flights. So thanks again, and next up is the video announcements me and Frank have.
Okay guys, I guess it's time for those couple big announcements. First of all, I just want to say thanks to everybody for helping us get our YouTube partnership. That's the first big announcement.
Okay guys, hey, this is Paul again. I just want to say thanks, also like Frank did. We did finally get our YouTube partnership with all of you guys' help. We can't really thank you enough for all the help you guys did of spreading the word for rcFoamFighters and really making this a great YouTube channel. And that's primarily because you guys have really spoken up, and you've also shared a lot of your comments. We learned a lot from you, and I think as we all work together, we're going to grow this rcFoamFighters into a really big RC community. So thanks again for your support on that. And we actually have one other big announcement we wanted to share with everybody. Recently, we've been kind of teaming up with Hobby King. They're going to be one of the main hobby shops that's going to be supporting our channel. And look for us to be doing a lot of reviews on their channel called HobbyKingLive. That's where we're going to be doing most of our product reviews. So if you'd like, I'll put a link here down in the bottom. Take a look at their YouTube channel. That's where me and Frank are going to be doing a lot of product reviews for Hobby King on their planes, motors, ESCs, batteries, and who knows, everything else that they carry. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting. It might open up other opportunities for us to hopefully maybe do better things with our monthly drawing giveaway, and just maybe being able to get more products and stuff like that. So we really thank you guys all for your support. And please take a look at Hobby King Live channel and also HobbyKing.com store, YouTube hobby store. So thanks again, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys soon.